Hello everybody, I'm Steve and this is Green Side Up. Doing some more bed clearing today. I've cleared some plants out of here this morning, dug it over. I just need to deal with this here, this Rudbeckia. We're going to do something a bit different with this. So we'll get on with that. We'll get these flowers picked off first. So this is a little area I've cleared this morning. It's 5 foot by about 8 foot. And I had a load of statice in here. And up here where the fork is where the Rudbeckia were, and I've picked them and they're in the bucket there with the statice that I cut this morning, so they're all ready to go. And what I've done with this Rudbeckia is I've dug the roots up and I'm just going to heel these in the polytunnel. Now there's a 50-50 chance that they may or may not survive, but I've had this before with some plants. Most notably Verbena bonariensis I've done it with. I've dug them up, put them in a tunnel over winter, and they just keep living, keep going, and they become a long living perennial. And that's what the bed is I've got at the front of the verbena. And it works also with Rudbeckia, but it does depend on how cold the winter gets and if they leaf too early. So there's a lot of variables in it, but for the sake of digging a hole, I'll dig these out anyway and get rid of them. So I may as well try. There's half a dozen plants there. So I've got a dug hole here, ready to go. All I'm going to do is just put these rootstocks basically in the ground and replant them. One, two, three, four, five. I mean, there's 6, 7 plants there now. If they all come next year, there's 7 flowering plants that should flower earlier than any of these. I'll sow these again next year, but these will flower much earlier. So then we're into succession territory where we'll get a succession of crop. So these could be in flower by early summer, that much earlier, where these are normally an autumn flowering plant. So depending on the seasons and if they survive, more and extra early flowers. Brilliant, eh? Rudbeckias. So with the honesty gone, with the Rudbeckia gone, I've dug it over, weeded it roughly, broke it down a little bit, and I'm going to plant. Just because I haven't done enough planting recently. And I'm putting in another biennial here. I was putting in the Sweet Williams, that's what they are over there, the other day. And these are honesty. Again, a bit late. They should really have gone in the ground a little while ago, but they've grown on in the pots, as you can see. Good little plants. And we've got a couple of weeks of warm weather forecast, so I think that's probably enough to allow them to get going. Now with honesty, it's like a multi-bonus plant really, because you'll get lovely bunches of smallish flowers in blue flowers in the spring, and when they go over and go to seed, you get the seed heads, and they're like little moon-shaped discs, flat discs, paper tissue thin, and you can just see little bits of seed in between on the tissue paper, and it actually looks like the surface of the moon. And in fact I think its Latin name is Lunaria, but everyone knows it as honesty. Honestly, they do. So I'm going to fill this bed with this honesty, with the idea being that some of it I will pick for spring flowers early in the year, and the rest will, as I say, for the seed heads. And when I've had the flowers off a certain area, plants will be dug out, and I'll put something else in. next spring. So this is all for preparation and continuation of crops, keeping plants coming, keep your soil working, keep you working. I mean, I'd be 21 stone if I didn't do all this work down here. I'd be just sat at home on the couch eating biscuits. You see, very quickly you've got a whole new bed of plants. So we'll fill this bed. I've got plenty of plants. So there we go, I'll carry on with the rest. That'll do for you, I think. Don't want to bore you too much just planting all the time. There we go, honesty, nice spring flower and later season seed heads. So I've got this little bucket of flowers to deal with, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these Rudbeckias out for a second. So just take them out, chuck them in there, and these I'm just going to take out and I'm going to tie them up. I'm going to hang these up in a shed because these are now my dried flowers. And you know, you can make an autumn wreath if you want, but I tend to make things at Christmas with these. So these, I say, will just hang up in the shed just to dry them out a little bit. And I fully believe that an allotment is for growing things for the home, not necessarily just fruit and veg, but things for the home. So these I'll hang now like that in the polytunnel, and I'll pop them in the shed tomorrow. Now these Rudbeckias go back into the bucket and they go home, and that's a little vase of happy for the living room for the next week or so. Beautiful, eh? Right, so these just get hung up on a butcher's hook up here in the polytunnel, and tomorrow I'll go in the shed. So that's it for today. Thanks for looking in. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribing already, then why not? Subscribe now, and then the next time I post some content, you won't miss it. So that's it. Thanks very much. Look after yourselves. Take care. Stay safe. I'll see you in a couple of days. Ta-ra now.